Okay, folks, let me get your attention for a little bit. We have a picture of a Honda Element here. You guys familiar with it? Does he?
Yeah.
Does he like it?
It's decent.
Why do you pick it, if I can ask?
Just to get a new car. We've had it on it before. 2010 Burgundy color.
Remember we were looking at bevels? Subdivided surfaces, and I was saying how this car is a very good example of how you see subdivided surfaces all over the place now. I see a bevel here, I see a bevel here, I see an extrude here, I see bevels here and here, I see extrusions along here. But you also see curvier stuff going on, right? I'm going to show you a technique now that lets you get much curvier much more quickly, like that. We were looking at these modal menus and these different tools that let us slice and dice things up, right? They're not the only way to subdivide surfaces. Our render engine, which is called Mental Rays, which actually does this here, our render engine has a tool for subdividing surfaces, but it can only do whole objects at once. I'm going to hit a couple features I have here. I'm going to hit Alt and plus on the keypad. And then if I have an object selected and I hit plus on my keypad and only on the keypad, I start subdividing it. And you see we go, if I hit the minus key, I go the other way. Each polygon will be split into 4 polygons, which will then be split into 4 polygons, which will then be split into 4 polygons, and it can keep going like that. And they head towards a more and more curvy surface like that. Now, the thing about this is, I can't actually select any of the points in here, because as far as Softimage is concerned, they don't exist. The only thing that exists are these points, which I can still move about and do things to. And when I'm done with it, or when I hit the minus key on the keypad, I'm still dealing with this basic shape. So this technique of using the minus and plus keys on the keypad, and again, it doesn't work if I use it on the, like up on, you know, where the numbers are at the top of the keyboard, instantly breaks stuff up like that. There's another mode in this called hole modeling, where I can have it show me the original shape. If I go under this eye and I go down to here to polymesh holes, this shows me where this stuff originally was. Now this can be useful for a number of reasons. If I use the M key lets me just quickly grab stuff. I can literally just push and pull stuff from any sort of view. We could grab an edge there. I also can apply other techniques to it. Like if I'm in edge mode, let's say, and I hit F9 and I'll select these 2 edges here. Let's extrude them. Extrude along an axis. I'll stretch that out further. And let's also do some modifications to it. We'll increase the skirting ratio. When we give it more subdivisions, watch what happens. It actually gets closer and closer to the shape. The more subdivisions you give it, the more defined it is. I'll show you another subdivision technique while we're at it too. If I'm in polygon mode, and I'm going to hit my minus key, I'm going to back out to what this is, and I select a polygon here, and a polygon on the other side, let's say here. Let's see if I got both. I'm going to hit the F key. Nope, I got too many. I'm going to deselect this one with Control. With these 2 polygons facing each other, if I right mouse click, I can use a bridge command. What bridge is going to do is poke a hole. And the hole is going to have new geometry in it that forms a passage through the whole thing. See that? And now watch if I hit plus on that now. I get that shape. Now what you'll note about this, which is very, very curvy as compared to this, which is curvy but then also has those sharp lines in it, is that we don't have the sharp lines here yet. We can define how sharp we want anything to be by selecting the edges and points. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to go to edge mode. I'm going to select the edges on the bottom. I'll hit F7 and go like that. I'll hit F and see what I have. I want to lose these 4 here, so hold down my control key and hit F9, and let's get rid of those ones. And let's hit F again and see if we got it. Good, we have just that stuff on the bottom there. Now if I right mouse click near these edges, I get set edge vertex crease value. When I click it, I get a new dialog that will make this happen. And you'll see a very high value will make it stick to the way it would be if I wasn't subdividing it. A lower value goes somewhere in between those values. We'll say we like it like that. Let's just say we like it like that. Why not? And I'll take another edge. I'll go to edge mode here. I'm going to select one of the edges running along the side of this thing. Let's go over here. And I will hit F9 and I'll select here. Here. Let me hit F key and see what we have there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have a few more than I need there. And we'll select the last 2 here. I'm going to take this whole edge. I'm going to right mouse click near it. And I'm going to hit set edge vertex crease value. And we'll make that whole edge appear sharper. See that? And now, if we go back over here just to see it, our Honda element, we can see crease values. You can see a softer crease value here. You can see a heavier crease value here. This is a soft crease value. This is a hard crease value. This is just using the same technology. You'll see this on lots and lots of cars. It was actually there was a BMW that I think was the first car that used subdivided surface modeling. And I want to say it was the Z3. It was one of the sports cars. And it's when they went from very, very curvy models to models that had curves with these sharp edges in them. This type of technology is what lets you do that. And at any time when I'm doing this, I can always go back to the original shape. That's all that Softimage is really working with right now. Just that shape. When I hit the plus, a separate render engine modifies it into this other shape, which I can then control by controlling the crease values of the various vertices. So by combining these techniques, I can get things to look pretty much the way I want them to look, I think. What do you guys think? Yes? No? Try with even a simple object, like watch, if I do this, I'm going to do a new scene. I'm going to put in just a cube, and we'll go to real-time shaded OpenGL. I'm going to hit the plus key. That instantly becomes round. I'm going to hit Alt and plus, which shows me the polygons, and I'm going to go to Polymesh holes, which shows me these holes. Now, any sort of modeling technique I want to try, let's go to point mode. I'll hit F7. I'll select the points on the top. Let's extrude them along an axis. Good. I'll stretch it like that. I'll turn merge off like that. I can play with the number of subdivisions, increase the size of the skirts, and you see I get drastically different results based on what I do, right? Let's try a knife tool. I'm going to go polygon mode, hit F9, use the knife tool here. Now I'm going to select that edge, and let me translate that edge like that. Now let's select both of these polygons. I will extrude those along an axis like that. Let's turn merging off. We'll stretch those out like that. I'll give them a couple more subdivisions. I will scale them smaller in one axis and maybe the other. Maybe rotate them too. And I can very rapidly get away from my original shape, yes? And remember, I can always go right back to that. So the thing to remember when you're subdivided surface modeling, which is probably how you'll be modeling most things, is to start with a simple primitive, add just the right amount of detail, just where you need it, until you get it to be the shape that you want it to be. What do you think? Any questions on that? Try it. give it a shot. Play with these tools, especially that plus and minus key on the keypad, and the crease controls, and see how things go. We'll be around to help.